So I'm outside that cemetery where I made that video on August 30th saying like, hey man, sometimes God's gonna ask you to sacrifice. And he's asked me to sacrifice more since then, but it's all out of love, you know? And it's because I made those sacrifices I was able to get my first book out. So you can check out the link to that. A lot of people have said it's pretty good. Haven't really gotten that many reviews yet, but that's something I just leave in God's hands. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about people saying, hey, like, how many has it sold? Because I feel like God told me already, like, it's a trickle now, but it'll be a downpour. Like, it's literally not even been 2 months yet. So it's like, why would I try to, like, set a boundary, set like some kind of thing for God? Like, you have to have this done by this date. You know, that's not faith at all. So just did some sprinting up and down this like little hill that I run down, and was listening to the Torchbearers audio. I'll link that in the description too. Just talks about the Great Commission of Christ to go and preach the gospel however you can do that, you know. And I really liked what it said about how sometimes people look for like permission to go and do that, and it literally says that in Matthew 28:19. I think it's like go into all the world, you know. It's like Jesus already saying like, go, like, you already have my permission kind of thing. And you know, God is going to provide the way. He's going to help you out. You know, he's put people on my path that there's no way I could have orchestrated that. You know, he knows where all the people are in this world. He knows what they need, and he knows what I need in this moment. And today I just need a little bit of something to turn my brain off, so that I was running and just kind of thinking. So yeah, at the same cemetery where I recorded that video, and did a lot better than I thought it would do. And like, that's the beautiful thing. But I'm just thankful that I've kept at it, and I'm thankful for my path of faith, and it's starting to make less sense, you know, especially to other people. They're like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, you can't keep this up, you know? And I'm like, well, you know, I had this really good job opportunity open up. I had a couple actually, and it just, they fall through the cracks. They don't happen. It's like, God is teaching me to trust him with like my heart, you know, none of this conditional stuff. And I know he's going to provide for me down the road. And right now I'm living with my family. He knows that. He knows my parents, their income. He knows all that stuff. He knows that I will be okay for a little bit longer, and maybe he'll bring the pouring down the blessings soon. I don't know. For now, I'm just glad the book's out. I feel like that was a big slap in the face to Satan. So, you know, just putting out all my pain and all my sorrow, you know, putting out into this beautiful poetry that God helped me write, you know, it was a big strength. And I've already started the second one, and that one I feel is gonna be even bigger than the first one. So I'm just thankful for that, and thankful for this, because like I said, like, I was making self-development videos, and, you know, a year ago, which is fine, but really I've been leaning a lot more towards like helping people prep for Jesus's coming, my kind of thing, you know, and just really looking forward to that, and trusting that, and getting to know him better, you know. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing. You know, it's been almost 4 months since I made that video at the cemetery, you know, saying I made some sacrifices. But I think of the light that God has put in my eyes that people can't see. I think of how far God has brought me to this point. I think of how he was aware of all my prayers I prayed when I was younger. They have ultimately gotten me here, and there's people that are criticizing my journey, and they have not seen the whole picture. They've seen a tiny bit of it. They see, like, you know, some of these data points, and it's like there's millions of data points in my life, and God knows every single one. He could point out each of my pains by name. He could point out every single one of my awful thoughts I've ever had about myself. He knows what things are going to send my poor brain in not in a good direction. And so I have to be willing to trust him with all those things, just completely, all in, completely. And I got off of a call with a really awesome person, and she's a woman of faith, and she just gave me some encouragement and said, you know, just keep your gaze on him, keep your gaze on Christ. So that is what I'm doing. I'm thankful for the people that God puts in my life to reach out to me and help me out in crazy moments. He knows who is able, like, who he's able to reach me through. So thankful for that. Thankful for friends. Thankful for him and speaking to me through friends, and also having people completely drop off the picture when I'd like them to stay in. My wife is like, that's it. It's all for a purpose. So got to be all in for him, and he knows what I need. So that's what we'll leave that with, and just know the Lord is looking out for you, and hope this was some benefit for you. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's a little past midnight now. I'm gonna go to bed, and yeah, see ya. Thanks.